If there is anything that you can take away from this beef, is that men are just as messy and gossip as much as anybody else. But you know what? This gossip got me gagging, and I'm here for every minute of it. Come on, Big Nose.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? We got to talk about this beef going on with Kendrick, Future, Metro Boomin, Drake, Rick Ross. It is a lot in different areas, and I'm here for every minute of it. I am calling this the Black Avengers versus Light Nose. I can't call Drake Thanos because I don't think that Drake and Thanos have the same idea. I think Drake is basically gentrifying rap. He is gentrifying the hell out of it. And now that these rappers who have been side by side by him have now kind of seen him in a different light and just not interested in what he is offering, are now jumping ship, and they are calling him out on some things that should have been called out from the beginning. But I will say this, and we're going to talk about it. If Drake does win this rap battle or whatever and prove that he has it or whatever it is, this is going to be a loss for him, because the conversations that are being had about him and his relationships with women, some who have been questionable in their age, is creeping out in ways we have never seen before. And I think that might be the beginning of his downfall. So let's get into it. So to catch everybody up to speed, you all know that Future and Metro Boomin did a collaborative project, We Don't Trust You, and one of the songs like that took a shot at Drake. And the song like that featured Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar had a lot to say about all of the things, period. He said it's just big me, period. And I am like loving the song. The song is doing well on the charts or whatever. The album is doing amazing, whatever. It's actually out charting, I think, the last #1 rap album, which was Drake's album. And you know, this is a conversation. So you got all these rappers going against Drake. And now Drake is comparing himself to the character in Kill Bill. And what's funny about that is that that was a white woman who was fighting Asian folks. Girl, it's just, even in the joke, you can't help but to be the white main character. Like, it's just, but we're gonna get into it. So this song came out, Drake was, you know, firing off some stuff at his concerts and stuff. You can tell he felt some type of way about it. And now we are getting a song from Drake, a diss that's supposed to be dissing all of these folks. At first, people thought it was AI. People thought that this cannot be real. I think this is AI. I'm not sure about it. Because it was leaked. There was no official drop. It wasn't no back-to-back where the song made it on the, you know, Apple Music and the streaming services. It did not. It was a leak, and I think Drake purposely leaked this to see what the reaction is going to be before he releases the final project. I feel like this is very calculated. This wasn't, I'm gonna get in the booth and talk my mess and put it out there. It was very calculated because, like I said, Drake is corporate. Drake is corporate, he is HR, he is all of the things. He is going to be very calculated in this. This is not rap for him. This is like, I want to show y'all that I have it. And what the it for Drake is blackness. I'm just as black as you all are. And I have so many questions about it. So before any of this even came out, J. Cole, who was mentioned by Kendrick a little bit, a shot directed towards him. And in this project, he had a song called 7 Minute Drill or whatever, and I guess it was taking shots at Kendrick and whatever, and it was not received well. He deleted it, took it down, and he apologized to Kendrick and whatever. I really don't care about J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick, whatever. I think J. Cole is humble when it comes to men, but he's not humble when it comes to women, because, girl, we still waiting on you responded to not reading. No Name said you don't read, and you admitted to not reading. So are you reading now? What chapter you on? What book you're reading? Is it an audio book? Is it a physical copy? Let us know in the link below. Maybe you get a sponsorship from Audible. Who knows? So this song was leaked this weekend called Pushups. And people were not sure if it was AI or what was going on because it was leaked. Like I said, it didn't come out on the streaming services, did not make it to Apple Music, Spotify. It was just a leak. People was questioning like what's going on. People didn't know like what it was. Some hip hop commentators said that it was real. They had been said that Drake had something that he was working on. Even one of the hip hop commentators had mentioned something about push-ups. And the song title of this, song is called Pushups. And the song is supposed to take a shot at Kendrick with the title Pushups, because Kendrick Lamar be doing push-ups and working out and all that stuff. Push-ups that Kendrick Lamar be doing are some serious push-ups. Push-ups ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. To come up and do a push-up like that, I don't know what he's doing, but it's eating. So in this song, Drake is taking shots at everybody. He's taking shots at everybody. And I'm not going to break down lyrics. I'm not a hip-hop commentator like that. I'm just here to talk about the mess and dissecting some of the culture things. And I really wasn't moved by the song. I really just didn't care too much about it. I thought there was some gaggy moments. It's funny. It was just like a reminder to me that men do be gossiping. Like this whole was just gossiping, just talking about stuff that, has happened and the tea that's being spilled. It's like y'all are spilling the tea. Y'all are literally, tea spillers. The song being questioned, folks asking if it's AI, honestly is a drag in itself, because the fact that a computer can possibly make something and it sounds like it's close to you, it's funny as hell. Like there was a disc that was leaked that was supposed to be Kendrick's, and come to find out it was AI. They said, girl, we ain't released that. We don't know what that is. And people automatically knew that this wasn't real. Like they knew automatically. I think there was even an article written and saying the computer was not able to copy Kendrick Lamar's style, because Kendrick Lamar's style is very unique. It is unique. Come on, B. Like his flow and everything is just, he is that. And Drake knows that. Drake, I think that's why Drake is very calculated in his response to him dropping this stuff, because he know he has to do it, because this is not questioning, Drake as an artist to him. This is questioning Drake's blackness. This is the blackness that Drake has a hold on, and he needs it. He needs this to work, because to him, that's all he has. And he doesn't even realize that he has it sometimes. And I talked about that in a video on Patreon. Like, girl, like you don't even know you're the top artist of this decade. Like it doesn't reach to him. So Drake basically confirmed that, this song is real, da 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 da. And Rick Ross got into the booth and put out a song called Champagne Moments. I listened to it. I did listen to it. I listened to a little bit of Drake, but I just didn't really care. Champagne Moments was funny. Some folks didn't like it. They said it sounded like 2008. I actually thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. I'm not the biggest Rick Ross fan, but I was like, okay, at least Rick Ross came out quick. Like, that's what I expect if it's supposed to be this. That song came out a couple of weeks ago, and the fact that Drake is just now putting out something and then leaked it, girl, come on now. So Rick Ross is responding and basically saying that he unfollowed Drake once he, was on some police shit, and he, sent a cease and desist to French Montana. He's like, that's some police stuff. Like that was uncalled for. Like you don't do no stuff like that. I don't think that was the only thing. I think it was some more stuff. Da 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 da. But Rick Ross is on social media taking shots. Like y'all know Rick Ross is not gonna stop. He's about the same as 50 Cent. Like, he finna be taking some shots. And he called Drake Big Nose, said that Drake's nose has been chopped down. Drake apparently had a nose job done. And Rick Ross said he did it because he did not want to look like his black father. And he called Drake white boy. He's like, this ain't the same white boy I met in 2000. 10, 13s or whatever, who was like ready to hang out with the boys and stuff and wanted to be a part of the gang stuff and all that. This ain't the same white boy. And I believe when Rick Ross said that. I believe that he was definitely corny and all that other stuff and happy to be around and be accepted by these black men. Drake was yearning for that. Like, Drake honestly should be taking this battle out on his checking account being depleted from seeing a therapist, to be honest. I think that's who he needs to be speaking to. I don't think he needs to be in the booth, to be honest, because he had a lot of unhealed trauma, period, and you can just tell it. Like, it just oozes out. I don't know if you all can see it. I'm not wanting to see darkness in folks. I don't see the darkness in folks, but I do see Drake being uncomfortable with himself. And Rick Ross is exposed to all of that, saying, you had your body done. You had your body, chopped up. That's why you've been wearing these like specific outfits and stuff on tour, because you had surgery and stuff. And now, Drake has been wearing some interesting stuff. We have not seen any pictures of Drake with his shirt off or anything. We have not seen it, like, what's going on. So Drake being Drake, can't help that he's corny. Texts his mama, had a conversation with her about, you know, the nose stuff, and his mama responded and said, I can't believe they're saying you had a nose job. I wanted one. And Drake responded, yeah, you know, this black man's being racist and da-da-da-da. It's just like, it was so corny. It was so corny for you to text your white mama. Baby, I holler where Rick Ross said, white boy.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy.
Drake texting his white mama didn't even seem real, because one, like, where are the rest of the text with your mama? Like, it's like a new text thread. I don't know. Maybe you delete text message, maybe, I don't know, but it was just corny to text mama and then post it on social media. Like, that was some white boy stuff. That was very weak, but that's Drake. That's Drake. I don't know what else to say to that. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I appreciate Rick Ross getting in the booth, taking shots. Like, all this stuff is messy. It's messy and messy boots. Mexican messy boots down. So here's my thoughts. If Kendrick Lamar does respond and he does go at Drake or whatever, they battle out. Let's say, for instance, that Drake does win. Let's say Drake proves that he is the lyricist and all that other stuff and he can hold his own. There is a conversation happening about Drake right now, and we've not seen, like, the men in hip hop discuss. And a lot of them can't discuss it because they're the same. There's been a conversation about Drake having relationships or friendships with younger girls. On one of the songs, he is mentioning, or may have been mentioning, that he is dating Lotto's little sister, who is 21 years old. Now, Drake is 37 years old. And even Joe Budden and other folks, DJ Academics and stuff, who they're like talking about it. Like, what is this, like, you know, having a conversation. They might not disagree with him doing this, but it does, because apparently all the men doing it, so it's like, what is it? But we're entering a different territory that there is no rapping out of. As our minds, you know, change and how we view relationships and how we are calling out folks in hip hop, music, the industry, having unhealthy relationships, predatory relationships with younger women, like Diddy being called out for having a relation with a very younger Cassie, even though he was working with her. And Diddy's not the only one. Like, he's not the only one. Tony Montella, whatever, all these, like, this stuff was going on in the 90s, it's still going on now. It's just like, oh wow, like, now people have, you know, the platform to be able to discuss these things, and now folks are talking about it, they're tweeting about it. Folks have been talking about it for a long time. Even this conversation about Drake, you know, dating this model named Bella B. Harris. There was an article written about this a couple years ago where they had to say that, oh, Drake is not dating her. She had turned 18. They were seen taking a picture together. Both camps said they did not date. Drake was 30-something at this time. He took this picture with his 18-year-old. The conversation about Millie Bobby. Millie Bobby is saying that, oh, you know, she's talked to Drake about dating guys and all the other stuff. And it's just, what is going on? Like, this ain't your cousin, it ain't your little sister or whatever. This is an 18-year-old white girl or young white girl. Why are you talking to her? There's a video of Drake having this 17-year-old girl on the stage and him talking to this brother girl on the stage. He said, how you 17, you look like this.
How old are you?
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like,
there is a consistent conversation about Drake dating younger girls. There's rumors, all of that. It's public knowledge. The same way Diddy and his parties and stuff were public knowledge. It's public knowledge of Drake. We see it. And he has no problem talking about it in the song. He's 30-something years old doing this. And folks say, well, Future and all of them do it. All of them wrong. They can't really talk about it because all of them are doing it in some way, shape, or form. The only thing they have in common is all of these girls look the same. All of them. All of them look the same. They all look non-black. They all light-skinned. Drake invited Rick Ross's ex to his concert. Drake has a very interesting relationship with women. He is clearly a sexist to me. In Lil Wayne's memoir, his book, he even wrote about Drake smashing a girl that he had dated while he was in jail.
Apparently, in the book, there's a part in the book where you say that he came in and told you that he had smashed one of your girls.
Oh, when he
yes.
wrapped up? Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I mean, I was just, that's just how life goes when you locked up.
Lil Wayne was in jail, and this girl that he had dated or whatever ended up talking to Drake. Drake ended up smashing her or whatever. Now, nobody owns anybody. Like, nobody owns anybody, period. But, because folks say, oh, it's the bro code and all that other stuff. Y'all don't own these women. Y'all talk as if y'all do. Like, that's bro code. Like, you ain't supposed to do that, da-da-da-da. Drake, he uses women in a specific way to get back at men. And I talked about that a little bit. Like, the way he goes after, like, women that are the exes of his enemies and stuff. Like, he uses them in that type of way. Like, it's not like he bumped into him and so happened to be interested. He does that to get back at them. There was a line that was supposed to be in Pushups, apparently, where Drake was commenting or saying something about Rick Ross and like, you need to be worried about you and Diddy or whatever. Apparently that was taken out in the newer version or whatever. I believe it might have been taken out because it's like, okay, girl, you saying this, let's look at your past. But it's already happening. It's already happening. It's the conversation. Like, we've never seen it to this type of level. Like, where the hip hop heads, who are the ones, quote unquote, the go-tos to, talk about these things and we listen to it, are now having a conversation about it. And I feel like it's going to only get worse. It's only going to get worse because I feel like Drake has opened himself up to further critique and further, like, analysis and looking at your history with women and younger girls. Like, this relationship that you have is like, what's it giving? But I do think that it's only a matter of time for Drake, to be honest. I think it's only a matter of time before that happens. And it's going to be interesting to see how and when it does and what it's going to look like. But the industry is still the same, like the same predatory stuff that is still happening is happening now. And Drake has a history of it, and there's already a clear paper trail of that. I do find it funny that Rick Ross is calling him white boy and all the other stuff. Saying all these things, white boy, and all this other stuff. It's just like, okay, Drake is the same color as a lot of your exes, a lot of y'all exes. So if you're calling Drake a white boy, is these white girls y'all dating? Like, that's the question I have. Because now y'all seem to understand some stuff. I don't know. And it's just, none of y'all really care about, like y'all don't, like, this further to me supports that we will be in war because of men being stupid. Because a lot of this stuff is because such and such smashed somebody that I smashed. Like, these are men. These are the one that God or whoever said are supposed to be the head of the house and all the other stuff. Like, girl, like, I cannot deal with it at all. All of the drama is hilarious, but just looking at it, it's just, I have so many questions about. Y'all had no issue with Drake being white in the beginning. Like, why were y'all siding with him and doing all that other stuff? Because it was beneficial for you all. It was, giving you all access and stuff. Like, Drake is able to do things that other male rappers cannot do because of anti-blackness. He can move differently. There's a reason why he's at the top. We cannot remove that from the conversation at all. Like, even though dark-skinned male rappers may be perceived to benefit from being dark-skinned and being seen as aggressive, is still that trope of anti-blackness that, you're aggressive, you're dark-skinned, all that other stuff that can play into that. So Drake is everything that is opposite of that. Like, he's not gangster, he's not any of that, he's light-skinned, so he can move in ways and still do the same stuff and get a different audience and a bigger audience than all of these male rappers and stuff can. And they know that. That's why they were next to him and stuff, because he was a winner, and Drake knows that. Drake knows that his money and his, like, him growing and stuff is the, like, capital that he can use to make folks befriend him. That's why he doesn't have any, like, long-term relationships that are not based on him and his celebrity. He cannot maintain genuine connections with people because he's not a genuine person. That's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the whole stuff in the comments. Talk y'all later.